wake me up to another good morning. Time to go. Got that smile upon my face, 'cause there's excitement in the chase. This I know. Yeah, I'm going for the ride and find myself, I am alive, and I soar.
We made it.
Still I
Episode
run
6 is
toward
here.
the wind.
Welcome into the Gravity Design Lab studio. I'm Brian Small, and you're listening to Big Papa Small Pod. And I'm glad that you're here. You could be anywhere, and you chose to be here listening to this. So I really appreciate you. And it's that time of year again. It's the SEC Media Days when the coaches and players all talk up their programs and get everybody excited. And, you got to take everything with a grain of salt this time of year because it's the off season. So you can't really prove anything on the field yet. So that's yet to come, but we'll get into a little bit of that. I added another guest to the rotation, my good friend. I would classify him as an expert in recruiting. So we'll get with him. We'll talk about that. But I feel like I need to say my thoughts on what's happened this past weekend. We had a disgusting act in this country the other day, last Saturday. We need to come together and stop this disunity, attacking of people who think differently than we do, and saying hurtful half truths or just straight up lies. I'm not targeting one party with this. Everybody needs to stop. We need to come together as human beings, and we need to stop all this political hate in this country, because all it is dividing us and making us lose friendships, family members, friends. I mean, it's disgusting. We need to stop. We are the United States of America, and we need to be united under a strong leader, because where we sit right now, we're not in a great spot. I mean, let's be real. We're not in a great spot. So I hope you all join me as I pray for our leaders and our country and unity, because it's disgusting to see people wishing for death on somebody else or wishing for pain or suffering for somebody else. I mean, we're humans, and the one thing is clear: mental health issues are running rampant in our country. And I mean, if we're being real, we need to get back to a faith in Jesus, our Lord and Savior. He's my Lord and Savior. I'd love to, if you don't know him, I'd love to visit with you about that, because it's amazing, and he truly wants what's best for us. So let's get back to the root of the issue there, because I mean, let's get united, because we're not right now, but let's get there. Anyway, let's get back to some sports. And sit tight. We'll be right back. We'll talk a little bit of football.
Are you a business owner looking to elevate your brand to new heights? Look no further than Gravity Design Labs, your one-stop destination for all things design and marketing. At Gravity Design Labs, we specialize in crafting stunning brand identities, jaw-dropping web designs, eye-catching graphics, and strategic marketing solutions tailored just for you. Our creative engineer is here to transform your vision into a reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can defy gravity? Elevate your brand with Gravity Design Labs. Visit gravitydesignlabs.com today, and let's launch your business to the next level. Remember, your success is just a design away.
Are you tired of missing out on exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special giveaways? Well, fear not, because we've got something special just for you, the Big Papa Small VIP email list. By signing up, you'll be the first to know about our upcoming guests, exclusive interviews, and of course, some killer giveaways that will make you feel like the MVP. Plus, you'll get a direct line to Papa himself, with personalized updates straight to your inbox. Just head over to our website, BigPapaSmall.com, and look for the sign-up link. It's that easy. Be part of the inner circle, because here at Big Papa Small, our VIPs are the real MVPs.
All right, we're back in it. So the SEC Media Days are going on right now, and we had Arkansas go through already this week. So they took Taylon Green, Andrew Armstrong, and Landon Jackson, all of which happen to be from Texas, whether that was a coincidence or not. That's probably three of your leaders on this team So you have a new quarterback transferred in from Boise State and Taylor Green. You have returners and Andrew Armstrong and Landon Jackson on a wide receiver and a dominating defensive lineman, and respectively. And you have Coach Pittman. He talked about the culture being great, and you can kind of see that. I feel like with the guys playing with each other on social media and just kind of hanging out, and then they're giving each other a hard time. You know, they seem like they're actually friends and they want to spend time together. And Coach Pittman said, you know, this is a group of guys that wants to get better and wants to perform well for the state. So I mean, that's everything is looking in the right direction. Now, like I said, it's you got to take everything you hear right now with a grain of salt because it kind of is what it is right now. It's talking season, it's hype season. You want to get everybody excited for the season that's coming. But we have 13 returning starters, 17 new high school players, 22 new transfer portal players, and a 2024 football team that's looking for a fresh start. Sam Pittman talked a lot about the job that Coach Mateos is doing and the line room, how they look like they want to get better. And Coach Mateos is the kind of coach that, as he put it, cares about the kids and wants to talk to them about what's going on, not just on the field, but off the field, issues that may be there. You know, that's in the home life and this, that, or the other. You know, he wants to help them as people. And I mean, who wouldn't want to play for a coach like that? So I think you have that in your line coach. I think you have that in all your coaches, really. I mean, I haven't seen a single coach that has given me any reason to think any otherwise. And so this idea of embracing the hog and just getting to work, getting after it, and just all that, you got to have coaches around you that you believe care about you. And I would think this staff has that. Now, all that being said, what's the biggest standout to me, I think, is you have Landon Jackson, who just looks like a stud. You have Taylor Green, who's coming in with a fire and that's coachable, and that Coach Petrino handpicked to transfer in. So I mean, all those things come together. The receiving core is still tight. I mean, it's basically the same core we had last year, but let's see if they can get some separation this year under new guidance there. A big thing that stands out to me is Coach Pittman got himself another head coach that he can bounce ideas off of. I don't know if he was joking, half joking or what, but he said he's talked to Petrino more one on one than any other coach because he just pulls him in his office and asks him questions and talks to him. And that's kind of the role that we saw with Sam Pittman when he was hired, at least here with this pod. That's what our thoughts were, that he needs a strong coordinator on the offensive and defensive side that he can say, okay, look, let's run your system. Here's the keys. Let's get after it. And then let him be the kind of CEO style of the head coach and kind of help out where he needs to as far as coaching. Like, for example, the offensive line, how he stepped in there. So let's just have to see how this year plays out. But I'm still around that 6-win range. You know, I'm not trying to get overly hyped up for the season, but I mean, I know I'm excited about it. There's no doubt about that. But you see all the players and you see their love for the game and you see their love for each other already with a lot of the new faces. You know, their quarterback and wide receivers have a good rapport going, and they have some good competitive trash talk, which I love to see because you didn't see any of that last year, and I think that was a huge culture is key in situations like this where you're kind of that mid tier program that is trying to rebuild back up to what it could be. You got to have that because as you see, like last year, it just kind of fell apart. And Sam Pittman, he talked about finishing the year strong and winning some of those close games because I mean we lost several games by one possession last year and tough games, you know, before the kind of rope got let loose a little bit. Unfortunately, there at the end, and when the writing was on the wall, and if you don't have that culture, if you don't have the camaraderie like you see this year, it's going to just fall apart. So you see you see in the competitiveness, they keep talking about bowling and who's the better bowler, who's better at the new college football 25 video game that just dropped today officially. I mean, a lot of people have had access to it early. I had it for 10 hours, and it's a good game. It brings back a lot of memories of getting to watch your team win and getting frustrated and wanting to throw a controller. I mean, it's what you want. It's challenging and it's fun. But anyway, you see them playing that game together, and they kind of joke about it and who's better, I'm better, you're better, all that stuff. So it's fun. But I think those are the biggest standouts for media day for Arkansas. For me, is the idea of embracing the hog and kind of get back to that gritty. We're going to get to work and we're going to put on for the state and we're going to play for the state. Now, a lot of people are taking Sam Pittman's quote about why he goes and recruits in Texas, and if it's going to be more difficult for him to get into Texas with Texas and OU coming into the SEC. Is that going to hurt in recruiting? And he made a comment about how there's maybe 5, 6, basically a handful of guys in Arkansas that can be that D1 talent to come play at Arkansas. And a lot of people took that the wrong way. I think they think that he's saying that Arkansas football is not good, but he was talking. I mean, I think he was talking about the per capita. I mean, our population isn't as high as a Texas or Florida or one of those states that have the kind of hotbed of talent. I mean, let's be real. They're overall, Texas is all about high school football and always has been. So, I mean, of course, they're going to have more D1 recruits because there's the higher population and they take it extremely serious. Now, Arkansas takes it serious too, but we don't have as big of programs in the state. So, I mean, it just makes sense. Like, people are reaching. I think that's people just want to see that be a problem. I don't think that was a problem myself, but that's the drama that's going on right now, is people trying to find reasons to hate on Coach Pittman when I think he's doing everything the right way right now. He's getting back to that hey, here's the keys, you run the offense. Hey, here's the keys, you run the defense. And let's just get out there and play for the state, play for the Razorback. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not getting too hyped up. I'm excited, but I'm not getting too hyped up. I think I'm still right in that 6-6 range, and if the ball bounces the right way, it could be better. If the ball bounces the wrong way, like it did last year, it could be worse, and we could be having a very real conversation then about this coaching staff to see kind of what the future is. But I think as of we sit right now, he's our coach. That's just the way it is. Let's get out there. Let's support the Hogs, and let's see if they can make a run at this thing. I mean, you never know. There's 12-team playoff now, so if they can get up there, it's once you're in, you're in. You never know what could happen. Anyway, so let's sit back, relax for a minute, and we'll be right back, and we'll get into the interview about recruiting, and we'll just dive into the weeds with my guy, my friend, my brother, Austin. So sit tight. We'll be right back.
Are you a business owner looking to elevate your brand to new heights? Look no further than Gravity Design Labs, your one-stop destination for all things design and marketing. At Gravity Design Labs, we specialize in crafting stunning brand identities, jaw-dropping web designs, eye-catching graphics, and strategic marketing solutions tailored just for you. Our creative engineer is here to transform your vision into a reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can defy gravity? Elevate your brand with Gravity Design Labs. Visit gravitydesignlabs.com today and let's launch your business to the next level. Remember, your success is just a design away.
Are you tired of missing out on exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special giveaways? Well, fear not, because we've got something special just for you, the BigPapaSmall VIP email list. By signing up, you'll be the first to know about our upcoming guests, exclusive interviews, and of course, some killer giveaways that will make you feel like the MVP. Plus, you'll get a direct line to Papa himself, with personalized updates straight to your inbox. Just head over to our website, BigPapaSmall.com, and look for the sign-up link. It's that easy. Be part of the inner circle, because here at Big Papa Small, our VIPs are the real MVPs.
All right, we're back. Everybody has that friend that is on top of all the recruiting, on top of everything that's happening behind the scenes, and really gets in the weeds, so that those of us that just enjoy watching the sports and enjoy getting into the weeds, but having the other people to be able to kind of give it to us to where we can digest it, like the mother bird giving us the food. Well, here's my mother. We'll welcome in my man Austin, and we'll get into the weeds with you. Well, welcome in, Austin.
Awesome, man. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to have you as my mother hen giving me the food that's digestible. That's nice.
Yeah.
So with that, let's dive into the weeds here. We had the MLB draft came up this last week and first of this week. So how do you think Arkansas did in the draft? Do you think we had some guys go in that deserved it?
Man, honestly, the draft it went about as good as an Arkansas fan could hope. We had a lot of guys on the current team get taken, and some went higher than we initially thought they would. But relatively so, we got untouched on the guys coming in. So none of our portal guys got taken, no JUCO guys got taken, and only 2 high school guys got taken. Compared to last year, we got decimated by the draft on our high school guys. This year it was only 2. One was really expected. Tyson Lewis, he was our highest rated guy. He's a shortstop. He was top 30 overall recruit. And then it was Baby Lovich. He was Ross's brother that was on the team this last year. It was the youngest brother. He got taken. And those were the only guys that got taken. So went really well. And the guy
that's huge compared to last year.
Oh, massive, because basically every position player that we had committed except for Souza and Helfrich got taken in the draft. This year we got pretty much everybody. And we got a couple guys that we didn't think would make it to campus. They're going to make it to campus this year. So a lot better than last year.
That's awesome. So how do you feel about our boy Hagan going? He went top 5, which is great, but he didn't go to either one of our teams. So that's kind of a tough pill to swallow. But I'm happy that he went 5th. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, top 5, awesome. Wish he could have went maybe somewhere besides the White Sox. I feel like there could be better places to go, but I mean, anytime you can be a top 5 pick, that's awesome for the school and awesome for him. So.
Yeah, no doubt. So so those are the guys that we lost. Our pitching rotation this year is gone. So what do you think about the guys that are coming in and some of the new recruits that are or transfer people that are coming in and recruits and whatnot?
Yeah, so like you said, Hagan, maybe the best pitcher we've ever had, gone. Then we also take Tigert, who's been a bullpen guy's first year, started the last couple years, inconsistent, but still solid for us most of the time when he's in. He got drafted to the Red Sox. Then you take Molina, our top portal get from last year from Texas Tech. He gets drafted in a good spot in the 7th round. So sure, he wanted to be a little higher, but that's still a good, solid spot. He'll be gone. So we got to replace our whole staff, basically, our weekend rotation. Of course, Gabe Gackle, he's going to be a guy that steps right in. Some people think he'll be a Friday guy. Always lean with Dave. He likes to offset matches. So in his lineup, he likes to go left, right, left, right. Seems like he likes to do the same thing with his rotation. So this year we had Hagan, left-hander on Friday. Of course, going to be a Friday guy. Then we had Tiger, right-handed guy, and then Molina, left-handed guy. So first guy I was going to talk about is Zach Root. He's a transfer from Eastern Carolina. I think he could possibly be the Friday night guy. He's a left-hand pitcher. It's been real solid. He dealt with a couple injuries last year, so he didn't get as many innings as you were hoping for. but sits in the low 90s on his fastball. It's got a little movement. His changeup's probably his best pitch. He really likes to set that up, especially on his left-hand guys, and then he's got a slider for his movement pitch. Does really well with it. Then I think Gackle will slide into the Saturday spot. And then our other top portal get this year was Landon Betelscheiß. So he's a guy from Ohio State. I think he'll slide in the Sunday spot. He does the same thing. So he sits low, low 90s fastball, but his slider is more of a wipeout slider. So he'll use it more often than a guy like Root will, but he also has got a changeup to pair with it to keep the guys off. So I think that's how they'll replace the rotation. And on paper, you don't have a high level guy like Hagen, but 1 through 3, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, probably a better overall consistent staff. So really excited.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, that's one thing the staff, as good as they were on the top end of it, they weren't consistent other than Hagen. Hagen was the only consistent piece.
Yeah.
But the other two, they fell off a little bit.
Yeah, I think Dave said at the end of the year, you take Hagen off of this team, pitching staff becomes a little bit more average, but he was just so locked down the whole year. I mean, it made the staff look amazing because, you got a guy going out there and striking 12 guys out and getting 6 innings for you with maybe 1 run. That's going to help you out a ton. So
that takes a lot of pressure off that back end. If you get that, you have that Friday. It's kind of like Blaine Knight back in the day. That's I say back in the day, that wasn't that long ago, but you could kind of count on that Friday was going to be a win because you just knew it was going to be there.
Yeah,
and his top end stuff was there.
Yeah, our Friday night guys have been crazy the last handful of years. It's just, basically we've been able to go out each year, count on a Friday night guy. You can use 2 pitchers. I mean, you can get your Friday night guy and a closer out there, and we've won so many games on Friday the last handful of years.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, you think about all the talent that's come through. That puts Hagen in such a better light too, because good night. You have they have all that talent that's come through in the pitching staff, but then Hagen is just that much better, and it's like, golly, it was awesome. Now, flip side of that, the bats were they didn't give him a whole lot of run support, so he had to be that good. Because that was Friday night, we would score maybe 5 runs on like the high end. I don't remember what the high end was, but it wasn't much on Friday night.
Yeah. That's the thing that I think they really got to focus on over the offseason. Of course, I'm not a coach, so I know they focused on it all year long, but they brought in some guys that I think is going to help with it. 2 of the guys that I personally like out of it. One guy we thought was going to get drafted, he was a JUCO guy, is Brett Iredale. He tore it up in the JUCO ranks. He's number 2 overall in all of JUCO as far as the commit ranking. So really solid guy. He's going to be a corner outfielder. He hit almost 450 throughout the year. He hit 25 home runs, 51 total extra base hits. But the crazy thing about him is he's got 25 home runs. He's also got 25 stolen bases. So he's not just, some big guy at the plate that's swinging for the fences. He can also get a couple doubles, and if he gets a single, he's a threat to steal. So,
yeah, he's got the power and the speed.
Yeah.
Man, I love that.
Yeah. I'm hoping that he's corner outfielder. It'd be nice if he could slide over to first. You can get a guy like Souza to third, because I just feel like you got to find a way to get Souza in the lineup this year. So, a lot of people think he's going to slide in at second, but we just picked up, it was our last portal commit, Camden Kozel. He was out of Vanderbilt. So he was a freshman starting on an SEC team. That's always a good sign. Anytime you can come straight out of high school and start on an SEC team, especially a team like Vanderbilt, they've been down the last couple of years, but Vanderbilt's still incredibly good. He kind of dealt with a couple of injuries as well, but he still hit 284, 5 home runs, and in 3/4 of a season, if you can hit almost 300 and still get 5 home runs out of a second baseman, that's solid. So,
yeah, I'll take that for sure. And I mean, start going into to Vandy out of high school. That's basically stepping into a minor league team right there.
Yeah, anytime you can get
That's impressive.
in the SEC, but I mean, there is tiers to the SEC. You know, I mean, you have your lower tiers, but Vanderbilt is definitely one of the higher tiers, just like Arkansas. If you can step in there and start as a true freshman, that's big time.
For sure. Well, it sounds like we got a lot to look forward to next season on paper. It's all on paper right now. I know some of our guys are in the Cape Cod and some of the summer leagues around, and it seems like they've been doing pretty good on the offensive side of the ball. So hopefully they can carry that back into Arkansas. You know, with the Hawaiian Thunder over there, Aloy, he's been absolutely tearing it up. So hopefully he can translate that back and take that next step forward
Yeah, you hope a couple
and
of
kind of go
these
from there.
portal guys step in and take these spots, but I mean, a big chunk of what's coming in, Aloy's got to be your main guy. He's going to be your everyday starter at shortstop. He's leading Cape Cod, which is the best summer ball league. He's leading them in home runs. He's got like 9 home runs, which Helfrich's right behind him. He's got 8. I think both of those lead all of Cape Cod as far as home runs go. And Helfrich's got, like, I think it was 31 RBIs as of yesterday. So, I mean, they're both
That's
tearing it
incredible.
up. You get those and maybe Souza to step in, and you get a couple of these guys that, you know, live up to their potential coming out of the portal. They're going to be a top 5 team again. There's some good teams in the SEC. I mean, Tennessee's not going anywhere. They just won a national championship. Texas A&M got their assistant coach back, so they kept most of their team. They're going to be right back there next year, but Arkansas is going to figure in and be a top 5 team. They're going to be really good, so it'll be a fun season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to baseball season next year. But before we get there, we got football coming up. I know everybody's excited about football, and everybody's. I mean, you know, it's going to be mediocre, but mediocre is a huge upgrade from last year. So, what are your thoughts on the overall football season this year? What record you looking at?
Man, I'm hoping for a bowl game. That's the only thing I'm hoping for is a bowl game. I think they'll be close. We'll figure out pretty soon in the season. That Oklahoma State game is going to be huge. We win that, I think we'll make it to 6 games. We lose that game, it's going to be tough to get to 6 wins. But
Yes, it's gonna look ugly going in if we drop that game. If we drop UAB or UAPB, it may be over before it gets started.
yeah, I'm going to
But
think about
I don't
that.
see that happening. I mean, I think my record is 6-6, but I'm thinking we'll be competitive in every game. You know, we have a lot of talent. I think the line has taken a step forward in quality and coaching. So I think it's going to be a better year this year overall. If you put one game on the calendar that you're that you're looking forward to, that you think is going to be a good game, or you're just going to enjoy aspects of it, what game would that be this year?
Man, for me, I kind of hate to admit it, but it's starting to become a rivalry. That Missouri game, I think I think we can beat them. We'll see how the year goes and how it gets to that point. I think we were just so down last year by the end of the year that unfortunately they were just kind of rolling over. But if we're like 6-6 or 5-6, and that game's got some meaning, or I'm sorry, 6-5 or 5-6, that game's got some meaning to it. I think that'll be a good game, and that'd be a fun one. I really want to beat them. I'm tired of them beating us. So,
Man, yeah, absolutely. And you know, I think you're right. Last year they had kind of hit that point in the year where it was like, okay, let's just get the year over and move on. The guys that wanted to transfer out were done; they were ready to go, and I think you're right. That game's more competitive than what it was last year for sure, and I think our team is starting to genuinely like that become a rivalry. Like not just the fan base of being annoyed with each other's fan bases, I guess, but that the team, which kind of sucks because Snacks Johnson was my favorite player. Plus, he was on Twitter talking trash to Mizzou fans, which was fantastic. Like I loved that. That was amazing. But he left, so that kind of soured that a little bit for me. But that's pretty impressive. So another thing that I didn't prep you at all on this, but how do you feel about the new basketball coaching staff and the roster? Kind of a high level thought. What do you think about this this group that's in now? Going to be in Bud Walton.
Man, it's so funny. If you would have asked me, I just remember reading stuff online 2 years ago. We were coming off a couple of Elite Eights. We were fixing to make a run, go to the Sweet 16. Everybody was talking about best coaches in the SEC. Eric Musselman, all of us diehard Arkansas fans. Eric Musselman, best coach in the SEC. Well, what about Calipari? Calipari, no way. Calipari, that guy sucks. Like nobody likes Calipari. And now it's flipped, man. I'm like, man, I'm glad Eric's gone. I mean, I love the guy. Appreciate him, what he did for our program, but I'm pumped about Cal. He carries himself in such a professional way, and I mean, he's the greatest recruiter that's ever existed, in my opinion, at least. Of course, I don't know how much weight that holds, and he's loyal. He brought back Ronnie. That was the main thing I was hoping he would do. Ronnie deserves a place on this staff, and he gave it to him. And I like the coaches he brought. They're active. Seems like they're recruiting. They're looking at international. They're not just. The main thing is Cal's known as a one and done guy. That doesn't work. They're adapting their style. They went after more portal guys. They're going after some international guys. I mean, we got Big Z on the team. They're also recruiting other guys that are international. They're going to Spain. And, I mean, the game's developed so much over there. Why not get some of those guys?
Oh, for sure. Have you seen that guy that's in the playing against Team USA? What's his name? Oh, my gosh. Flag, I think.
Yeah, Cooper
He's
Flag.
a senior in high school, and he's like just destroying the NBA guys.
I know, yeah, Cooper Flag.
That's crazy.
He's going to Duke. He was big time guy. He's going to be really good for Duke. Duke lost a lot, but you get a guy like Cooper Flag. I mean, Duke's going to be good like they always are.
Mm-hmm. He's one of those generational guys. He'll probably be the first round pick.
Yeah, he'll be first
if everything stays, stays on trajectory.
But yeah, I'm pumped about the team, and if he came in and made the team, which I think we're a top 20 team, if they mesh well, John L. Davis keeps improving. The front court's the only thing that's got me a little nervous. I mean, I think Adu is really good. I like Big Z. We got Trevin back. It's a little thin, but we can play small ball. I mean, it's fine these days. You don't get a lot of dominant big men. It's a top 20 team. I think we'll be right around 4 seed when the tournament comes. You never know what can happen. But if he made that good of a team, taking over a team to where he met the team and there was no team. I mean,
had the lone hog of Lawson Blake out there. Now it's RIP his Achilles. Yeah. He's out for the year. So but I will always, as a fan, I will always appreciate the fact that he was like, no, I'm staying. I don't care.
Yep.
Bring in whoever you want. I'm here.
Yep.
I am the Razorbacks. He could say that with confidence for a few weeks, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's amazing. I mean, I think we're going to be good this year. I think you look at his track record recently with Calipari. I mean, you look at his getting bounced early in the tournament. We all love to hate on him for that whenever he wasn't our coach. But then once he's our coach, you start looking at it objectively, and you're like, okay, well, you know what? They ran into buzzsaws with a guy that just was unconscious and couldn't miss.
Yeah.
And yes, he probably overlooked some of those opponents of the smaller stature too, thinking, "Oh, we're just going to roll over them. Who we got next?" But I think we're seeing a hungry Cal again. I think he kind of got complacent and was just kind of just running the machine. I mean, he running the machine, and they still had incredible years. Like it wasn't like it was bad teams or anything. So I mean, he's learned stuff like you were talking about the one and done. He's adapted, and I think we'll see him come in with some fire.
And,
But
and I
sorry,
was
go
just
ahead.
going to add one more thing. I mean, when it comes to the tournament, it's crazy. I mean, we got spoiled with Muss making a couple runs, and we went to the Elite Eight and Sweet 16. But I mean, unless you're Gonzaga, basically, you never know when you can get upset. Like this
Mm-hmm.
upcoming tournament, there's going to be a 12 seed that beats a 5 seed. Well, that 5 seed was a top 25 team most of the year, most likely. And that's just what happens every year. It just happened to be Cal in a few years. Of course, I know we're making excuses because he's our coach, but I mean, who cares? I mean, we're fans, and I mean, that's what we're going to do. We're going
Right.
to be behind our guy, and I think he's going to
Yep.
be good, man. I'm excited.
That's incredible. See, this is what I'm talking about in your intro of this is why you're my guy for this stuff, because I didn't mention this at all to you, and then you just dropped all this knowledge and all this stuff that you just know because you're in it and you're into it. That's what that gives some credence to your expert level here, and I really appreciate that as a friend and as the host of Big Papa Small Pod here. You know, that's incredible.
And it's just one of
So
those things I love to do. I am not an insider by any means, but like you said, a lot of people get into the games, and I love it. But I get just as excited when the off season comes, and I love building a team, and I just love seeing how teams come together, and it's just something I love to watch, man, and keep up with and follow.
building teams. You're one of the I'm going to say you may be the only person that I know that when NCAA comes out, you're excited about diving into the dynasty mode of recruiting, and you sim. What do you sim like? You probably haven't on this one yet because it's not officially out yet. So you're like me, you're kind of playing on borrowed time until Friday. But you like to sim what 10 years in advance and then build a team from like nothing all the way up. That's your style, isn't it? Is that what you're doing for this game?
Yeah, I've done that. I mean, it just came out, so I'm having fun playing it. But before too long, yeah, I love just taking a team that is terrible and then just building them up from ground zero. I mean, I'll take a team. Of course, everybody loves taking like Kennesaw State on the new team. That's the popular team and everything. But I just won't even hardly play the game. So all I want to do is recruit and get the new guys in there and just see how high I can get a team overall. And I did it for years in Madden. I would just simulate seasons and just trying to train guys up and just build through the draft and not even take free agents, but just try and draft guys. And yeah, I mean, when it comes to watching it in real life, I mean, I get just as excited when one of my favorite teams are drafting as when they're playing on like Sunday or like when they're, when the NBA season comes around. I love watching the draft and stuff. Yeah, that's my most exciting. That's what I'm most excited about with the new NCAA football game coming out. So yeah, just building a dynasty and just making players. But it's awesome, man. I've been waiting on this game
That's
for
awesome.
12 years. I'm pumped. It's
Man, that's no doubt. That's the first day I was able to play it. What was that? 2 days ago
yeah.
or a few days ago? I don't remember what day it was the first time I was able to play it. I went and got Taco Bell, drank me a Mountain Dew, and hopped on NCAA, and I felt like I took a step back a decade in the past because every bit of that is stuff that I haven't done really since then. So that's the it's incredible.
Yeah.
I will say I played our mutual friend Dakota, and he whooped my tail twice online. But one of the games I played as New Mexico State because I have some family ties
Yeah.
with that school, so I was like, I'm gonna play with them. We'll see how they are, and they weren't bad last year, so I was like, it'd be a decent team. they were terrible. So they're going to be my like start from zero and build up. Outside of Arkansas, obviously, I'm doing a dynasty right now with them, and but I'm gonna start my like bottom up team with New Mexico State, and see where I can take them, get them up to the heights. But I'm starting with Arkansas, and so with this dynasty, I went in and changed the schedule, and this is the disrespect Arkansas gets in this game. Okay, you ready? I'm 4-0, and I went in and changed the schedule to where I played instead of UAB, I played Colorado because they're overhyped in this game like crazy, and their guys are boosted up like crazy. And so I beat them like 65-14 or something crazy. And then I played who did I go to after that? Oh, I played Oklahoma State, and then I played Florida State, who was a top 15 team. And then I played Auburn. I was 4-0, and I finally got to number 23 in the country. And I was beating all these teams like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's just I needed to vent that out there real quick and say, what are you guys doing over there at EA? Let's get some respect on Arkansas's name. Yeah. I know we haven't been where we need to be, but
I did the same thing. So first thing I did when I made my dynasty is I put conferences back in, like divisions, not conferences. I put the divisions back. I hate they took them away, but yeah, first thing I did, SEC West, SEC East. I put Alabama and Auburn in the East, put Oklahoma and Texas in the West, and kept everything else normal. And I did the same thing. Like first 3 games I win because I'm playing them, and I'm just wanting to play and have a good time. And then I get to the Texas A&M game. They're like 4-0 and like a top 10 team in the country. And my son is watching me play, and I'm not ranked. And he's like, "They're better than you." I'm like, "No, I'm going to beat them." And he's like, "Well, they're ranked and you're not." And I'm like, "I'm still going to beat them." But so I feel you on that. Like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The disrespect is real.
It's very real, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on and talking it up with me for a little bit and kind of getting in the weeds with some of this stuff. And I know you're busy, and I know you're wanting to get back to the NCAA game and hang out with the family too, because you're a great family man too, on top of being a very knowledgeable sports fan. And you're not an insider, but I'll call you an expert because you know more than most of the experts, quote, experts do. So I really appreciate you taking time to come on and hang out with us for a little while.
Absolutely, bud. Had a fun time.
All right. Well, with that, we'll be right back, and y'all sit tight and don't go anywhere.
Are you a business owner looking to elevate your brand to new heights? Look no further than Gravity Design Labs, your one-stop destination for all things design and marketing. At Gravity Design Labs, we specialize in crafting stunning brand identities, jaw-dropping web designs, eye-catching graphics, and strategic marketing solutions tailored just for you. Our creative engineer is here to transform your vision into a reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can defy gravity? Elevate your brand with Gravity Design Labs. Visit gravitydesignlabs.com today and let's launch your business to the next level. Remember, your success is just a design away.
Are you tired of missing out on exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special giveaways? Well, fear not, because we've got something special just for you, the Big Papa Small VIP email list. By signing up, you'll be the first to know about our upcoming guests, exclusive interviews, and of course, some killer giveaways that will make you feel like the MVP. Plus, you'll get a direct line to Papa himself, with personalized updates straight to your inbox. Just head over to our website, BigPapaSmall.com, and look for the sign-up link. It's that easy. Be part of the inner circle, because here at Big Papa Small, our VIPs are the real MVPs.
All right, we're back in. Let's wrap this thing up. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all the things that you could be doing. I appreciate you sticking around to the end here and listening to this all the way through. It means everything that you're willing to do that. You're willing to give up your time. Hopefully, you learned something new. Hopefully, you enjoyed the content today. Shout out to my guy Austin. I really appreciate you coming in and getting into the recruiting aspect and kind of getting into the weeds with us today. So that's pretty awesome. I love having a friend like you that is willing to come onto the show and talk, even though you don't feel like you consider yourself an expert. You're just a fan that enjoys getting into the weeds. But I mean, just as much of an expert, if not more, than some of the quote experts out there. So I really appreciate you coming in and taking your time to visit with us a little bit today about all that stuff. And like I said earlier, let's come together and be united, and let's just be better people. And if you wanna visit more about some of that stuff, reach out. Email is pod@bigpapasmall.com. And the website bigpapasmall.com has some good info there. You got the blog that I'm trying to add more and more to. You can find us on you can find all of our links to the Podbean, to the Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. All those links are there. So you can find it wherever you want us to be. And if you don't see us somewhere, if you have a favorite podcasting site that or app that we have that you have that we aren't on, let me know. I can put us on there. Drop an email. Let's see what's going on. But anyway, until next time, stay blessed, stay passionate, and keep the love of the game alive. We'll see you next week. Have a good week, everybody.